Beware.
Feather I made, when it's split like that, it represents a warrior that's been injured many times.
An emotional Tony Robinson placing this symbolic tribute outside the former Poundmaker Residential School northwest of Edmonton, following the grisly discovery of 215 children buried at a Kamloops residential school.
It's healing for everybody. As a nation, we need to make this right.
Hard to hear the news. It's not really a surprise to me.
Alberta housed 25 of Canada's 139 residential schools, so Edmonton-based archaeologist Keisha Supernant expects similarly grim finds here, unearthing unrecorded deaths.
It's a hard number to estimate. I mean, the records indicate, probably 800 or more, but that's just the ones that are in the records.
Among those, the Red Deer Industrial School. In its 26 years, it's estimated 70 of the 355 students died, many of them buried in a nearby unmarked cemetery. Work to uncover these and other lost children has only recently begun.
In Alberta, for example, there was work done associated with the Red Deer Industrial School. And then when the floods happened in 2013, there were some of the children who had come out of the bank, and there was some work done there.
Supernant has worked with First Nations to uncover other historical burial grounds using similar ground-penetrating radar that was used in Kamloops. But to do so on a larger scale with residential schools will require government help.
You need people with the expertise to be able to come in and do this, to be able to do it in a way that is sort of really sensitive to the needs of the community. It takes money to be able to do these projects, and there hasn't been that money flowing to communities.
I grew up in the middle of the reservation out by Pigeon Lake. And a lot of my friends went to residential school.
Alberta will lower the legislative flags and partake in an emergency debate on its residential school past, while urging Ottawa to fund the project.
We will be asking the federal government for help in researching these burial sites, and the Premier has committed that we'll put funding towards it as well. So that will be happening right away.
Supernant says it will take years to identify unmarked graves and begin researching those lost lives. In the interim, that means taking steps to ensure history is not forgotten or glossed over ever again.
These are places where these children were taken and they died and they never went home. And there needs to be ways to hold those responsible for that accountable.
Scott Frolick, City News, Edmonton.